Hey, have you heard? The good folks from Farnham are giving away a gorgeous, decked-out Farnham 75th Anniversary John Deere Gator filled with $1,000 worth of Farnham Horse Care products. Visit www.farnham.com/75-giveaway to see the prizes and enter for a chance to win. Again, that is www.farnham.com/75-giveaway. Happy 75th anniversary, Farnham. Thank you for always being our partner in horse care.
This is Chelsea Schaefer, and this is Season 4 of The Score. You all have listened to this podcast 750,000 times, and we are here in Season 4 to bring you even more of what you love.
Holy cow, can anyone else believe that the 2021 Pro Rodeo regular season is already over? I cannot. I am still just in awe how fast this year went. It is Kaitlin Gustave with another episode of The Short Score brought to you by our friends at Farnham. And today I was very, very fortunate enough to talk to the Resistol Rookie of the Year champions, and that is John Gaona, who won the heading, and Caleb Hendrix, who won the heeling. The Resistol Rookie race is one of my most favorite things to follow all season long. It's so cool to see those young talents do so well, and to see the ups and downs that they get to face for their pretty much their first year out on the big road. So that was cool, and I hope you guys get a lot out of listening to these guys on The Short Score. I know I did. I really enjoyed talking to both of them. So to kick off this episode, we're going to hear from John. He is from Winkleman, Arizona, and he finished the 2021 Pro Rodeo regular season at the top of the Resistol Rookie heading standings with $26,871 in season earnings. John is super nice. He's kind of quiet. That might just be when he's talking to me. If you guys personally know him, he's probably a different story, but he was great to talk with, and it's cool to see the dynamics and everything that he went through going on the road for the first time. And one of his main goals was trying to get his partner, Trevor Nolan, qualified for what would have been his first Wrangler National Finals rodeo. And they kind of came up short on that, but they still had a pretty successful year as far as that goes. So first we'll listen to an interview with John. John, 2021 season is finally over, and now you are crowned, you're titled the 2021 Resistol Rookie Header of the Year. When someone says that and puts your name with it, do you get any feelings, or do you have chills, or how does that feel to accomplish that?
It's just an exciting accomplishment to be able to win, to be able to win it and to be able to compete and do the best I could.
Yeah. And, how going into the last month or so, how was the last month in rodeo for you?
The last month was pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Didn't do very good, and it was just a long month.
Yeah. What was hindering you? What was, what made it such a struggle in that last month?
Probably not being able to win a bunch of money to be able to stay ahead on, without having to worry.
Mm-hmm. Were there any learning curves? I know this was your first year actively rodeoing. Were there any learning curves for you?
Learning curves?
Yeah.
Yes, there was a bunch. Got to meet a lot of people I idolized.
Mm-hmm.
Learned a lot from them.
Who kind of were those people?
Who I learned from, or
yeah, kind of those people that you idolized that you got to meet. I mean, that's so fun for people. I know for experience, it's fun for me to be around all these guys that I look up to. Who were kind of those guys that you looked up to that you got to meet this summer?
Chad Masters, low roll.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Loop round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met quite a bit of them, and they're all really nice guys.
Yeah. Well, did you pick any of their brains, or, did you ask them for any pointers?
Yeah, I talked to Chad quite a bit, and he talked to me quite a bit about it. And
Gotcha. Well, and by learning curves too, I know last time we talked, you kind of talked about like the challenges you had. If you got into any slumps, could you ever pinpoint the reason?
Yeah, I could. I'd usually send a video to my brother or Pedro, and they'd help me out a lot and tell me what would make me better.
So what were you needing help with?
Mainly getting my shoulder back to be able to throw it. At the middle of the year, I kept moving my arm forward, and I couldn't get enough leverage on it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that could definitely hinder doing good at rodeos, trying to be fast, especially.
Yeah. The second one was probably the poles. The poles by the boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've hit a lot of those, too.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah, those are challenging. A lot of those rodeos have those poles, like, at the front of the box, and yeah, it can be really challenging, like, trying to get your first swing up.
Yeah, those ones got me quite a bit.
Dang it. Well, and last time we talked too, I know your main concern at that point was because your partner, Trevor Nolan, was so close to qualifying for his first NFR. And he finished 24th in the standings, which isn't terrible. I know it's not the NFR, but it does get him into a lot of rodeos in the winter. How do you personally feel about that? Because like I said, I know that was one of your main concerns was trying to get him there.
I felt like I could have spun a lot more steers. It just had a hard time and couldn't click the way we needed to at the end of the year.
Gotcha. Yeah, just some trial and errors, but those happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Well, and then horses. I know you had Ferrari, that roan horse, and Smoke Wagon, the gray. How did those horses hold up for you all year?
They all held up great. I mean, none of them got hurt. They stayed solid all year.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you like riding the most? I know you said the longer starts you ride the gray, and for shorter starts you use the roan. That's cool that you can have two to use at different setups, but which one fits your style more, I guess?
Well, at the beginning of the year, I believe the roan one, but I got so used to the gray at the end of the year that he's probably my main now to where I'd use him anywhere. Gotcha.
So you'll, like, for the new season, you'll probably be more on the gray, you think?
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. That's good you got that figured out, too, going on with the rest of your career. That's definitely cool. Well, now that you accomplish, this is a one-time deal for rookies. You can't ever go for it again. What are your future goals? Are you going to stick with it? Are you going to stick it out on the road, keep rodeoing, or what plans do you have for yourself?
I believe we're going to try to stick it out and keep rodeoing. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully we can one day make the NFR.
Yeah. That's definitely everyone's big goal.
Yeah.
Well, what was the best advice you received this year? Whether it was from Chad Masters or someone from home, or what kind of always stuck in your head to kind of keep you going?
My brother, he had told me, because I kept trying to kick over, and I kept missing a bunch, and we weren't being fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then he told me that just go do your own game and go fast.
Mm-hmm. And
don't try to kick up or safety up.
Yeah, just go for it. Well, were there any times when did you ever have times when you were really down on yourself? Like, did you ever have an instinct that you wanted to quit, or, how was that? How was your mental game?
Yeah, there was times where I couldn't catch them, and it really frustrated me, and I just felt like I should give up.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of, what kept you going? What kept you from turning towards those thoughts, wanting to go home?
Usually it was Trevor, my brother, and Pedro.
Yeah. They kind of helped you stick it out?
Yeah, they talked to me about it and what I could do better and helped me figure out what I was doing wrong. Yeah, that's nice to have people like that in your corner. Yes.
Definitely. Well, and then I saw you guys already kicked off the 2022 season with a win. You were 4-4. I got a picture from the photographer, and it looked like you threw out a lot of rope. Tell me about that run, like just to start off the new year.
It was a great feeling to be able to win the first rodeo, first rodeo we went to this year. I don't know, I just do a lot. They got there somehow.
Yeah, no, that's what I pulled up the picture and I was like, holy rope. You had a lot of line out there.
Yeah, my first thought was get back to the horn.
Yeah. Yeah, don't duck off too fast to where you can't get a dally, and it's all going to be good. Well, it worked out. You were 4-4. That is awesome to kick off a new year like that.
Thank you.
And do you feel like 2021 gave you any drive, or did it push you for the 2022 season? I mean, to be able to kick it off with a run like that, that's awesome. I mean, how do you feel like 2021 is setting you up for this new season?
I feel like I've learned a lot more of what I got to do in different setups. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of excited for this new year.
Yeah. And are you going to stick it out? Are you and Trevor going to stay together?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. That's exciting. You guys got a good foundation going, so that'll be good to turn it into this new season. Well, I always like to ask rookies this. If there's one thing that you learned or something that you could kind of give advice for these new rookies coming into 2022, what is some type of advice you would give them?
Would probably be just play your own game. Mm-hmm. Make the runs you can make, and it'll work out.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, perfect, John. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me bother you this evening.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that interview with John. John, congratulations again on winning the Resistol Rookie Header of the Year title. That is such a huge accomplishment. And now you guys are going to hear from Caleb Hendrix. I've gotten to talk to Caleb a few times this year for online stories, and now we have him on the podcast. And Caleb had a whirlwind of a year. Oh my gosh, if you guys were not following the Resistol Rookie Race or even the regular world standings, you would have seen his name, because Caleb had a major chance to qualify for the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo as a rookie, and unfortunately it came down to that very last weekend in Pro Rodeo, and they just, things just weren't clicking, but he got to finish out the year number 1 in the Resistol Rookie Race, which he held that title pretty much all summer long. He finished with $58,355.06 in season earnings and finished 18th in the Pro Rodeo Healing World Standings. Plus, although he was just shy of qualifying for what could have been his first ever Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, he did help qualify his header and former NFR healing qualifier, Quinn Kessler, to the Wrangler National Finals at number 15 on the head side. So we will see his partner Quinn roping with Joseph Harrison in December. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. If you guys have read anything we've written online about Caleb, he's pretty open about a lot of stuff. He and his family have gone through some trials, and I think this year, I can't speak for them, but I feel like this year was a good distraction for him and his family for him to have such great success down the road. And beware, there's a few times where we were on a phone call and the phone call kind of dropped, or you'll hear a few hey bulls because Caleb was outside moving cattle before winter hits and they all head down to Arizona. So enjoy this interview. Obviously, I want to talk about your rookie year and everything that's happened this year. So, Caleb, I know a long time ago, months ago, we already knew you had the Resistol Rookie 1. But now that the season's over and you can officially say that that's your title, how does that feel?
Oh, it feels cool. Honestly, I really wasn't even really excited about winning rookie until kind of the beginning of the year when he was like, you only get one chance at that, right? And it kind of just put it in perspective. Like, yeah, it's true. Like, you can make the NFR when you're 40. You only get one chance at rookie, though. So it is cool to say that's one thing that I got done. And now I can always say I won was rookie.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool title to have.
Yes, ma'am. It is. It was a fun season.
Yeah, and fun season. Unfortunately, I was rooting for you all season long, and unfortunately, you came up short, just, a little over 3,000 short of qualifying for the NFR this year. You finished 18th. Now, looking back, now that the season's kind of been over for about a week, how does it feel, I guess, looking back? Like, do you have regrets, or, how does it feel being that close?
Mixed feelings. Obviously when you're that close, you want to make it. We had a chance. I was top 15 with 1 week left of rodeo, but, we didn't start rodeo until June. We didn't get into the tour finale because of that. There's a lot of factors that I feel like going into this year, get into the winter rodeos. I think, we were this close this year. I hope we can be even closer next year, and hopefully not even be in the position we were. But I was rooting for Douglas and Coy hard, so if anyone, he was one of the guys that beat me out. So, and I was rooting for them all summer, so I'm glad to see that they went over there and did good. Yeah, definitely. And no, I definitely was excited for that team as well. And yeah, the heel side, the money was so tight on the heel side. Oh, so tight. It's crazy that you can rodeo all year and it come down to literally 2-3 days of rodeo. And it's like, wow, a barrier or leg could change a lot right there, It's just crazy that you rodeo all year and just for it to come down to literally one cow maybe. Yeah. So, yeah, it really did for you guys. Was it San Bernardino? Was that your guys' last one? Yeah, so I was up San Bernardino Sunday. And I was on the drive. I watched the round of 8. And then I saw Coy and Doug got in round of 4. And then I saw them do a good round of 4. And then I even called Coy. I was like, hey, good roping. How much money you win right there? Yeah. It's kind of like I need to know, because if they didn't, if they only won so much, I was kind of only $100 without Doug right there. So I kind of just needed to place. But when he told me how much they won, I was just like, congratulations to Doug in Vegas. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was a whirlwind. I know that's I keep telling everyone. I was at home watching all the live feeds, and I had all the money figured out myself, keeping track of that bubble right there. And I was stressing out for everyone. Oh, so crazy. Well, even minor, Riley gets hurt. And they go down there and they get they won 2,000, 2,300, and Brady was money he needed, got it won, crazy. With Riley being hurt, it's crazy how it comes down to that kind of stuff at the end of the year.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and speaking of the end of the year, were you, how were you feeling? Were you feeling pressured at all? I mean, like you said, it was so tight and it came down to just that last weekend.
Yeah, no, I wasn't feeling pressure. Luckily, I don't know. I'm a competitive guy, and I grew up playing sports, so I feel like I like to win.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you get to this level, you're used to winning because you don't get to this level without winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't feel pressure. I was bummed. I got a leg at Stephenville, rode a bad corner, and then I was up at Amarillo Saturday night, and I slipped a leg, and that leg slip, that was a kind of a gut punch, but there's nothing you can do about that, really. I mean, I'm sure I could change a few things, but I after riding a bad corner at Stephenville, I just told myself at Amarillo, don't take a dumb shot like you did this morning, and I didn't, and it just didn't work out. And I think that just comes with rodeo. You can't catch them all no matter how bad you want to or how bad you think you deserve to or how well prepared you are. Just you can't be 100% all year.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. But, good came out of the year, obviously the rookie deal, and you got your partner to the NFR. Quinn squeezed in at number 15. How does that feel as a rookie to get your partner to the NFR, though? Like, that's a whole different story.
It feels good. Honestly, the most nervous I was all year was our very first rodeo was just a small circuit rodeo here in Utah. I think like 20 teams. Mm-hmm. And we took second at it, and I remember back in the box thinking, just shaking, this is my chance. I have a real deal header. And I don't know, I'm sure a lot of guys know Quinn Head's amazing, but I've seen him head now for 2-3 years, and I knew, this guy is top 15 material. Don't screw it up. So I'm glad I got him there because at least you can't say it wasn't a good year and can't dump me.
Yeah, Quinn, you're locked in.
Yeah, but I was just, it was cool. And it's crazy, too, because his rookie year, he healed for Matt, and same thing. He took, I think, 16th by only a couple hundred, and Matt made it.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy, we kind of same boat. He won rookie, that happened to him. I won rookie, and it happened to me too. So, and he said, I made it mine next year, so I'll be ready to make it next year. And I was like, all right, my head's down.
Yeah, do you feel there's a fire lit in you, being that close? It is achievable.
Sure, I'm ready. I'm ready for Denver, January. Mm-hmm. I'm determined now. I mean, starting the year, I knew I healed good, but I didn't think I was 20 good. And but now I mean, obviously I'm dedicated to the sport, but you can almost say I rededicated myself to I'm going to be a top 15 healer. And hopefully it happens next year. That's the goal, but it did. You learn a lot of lessons when you get this close but don't make it.
Yeah, definitely.
You freaking get pretty determined about it. It's possible, especially the way we rodeoed. It's dang sure possible.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what, I want to talk about your year. I know you and I have obviously talked a few times, but, what were the learning curves for you this year?
Oh, honestly, I think I need to get better personally about. I always felt like if we drew a loper and had a chance at first, second, I can't pretty much all of those. I learned I need to get better when you draw a runner and you got to muck it out for 15.
Gotcha.
I think I kind of decided I need to work on this winter before the rodeo start. Was again getting a loper was easy because when you got someone that heads as good as Quinn, you just stop the clock. It's going to be 4 flat. When they blow, first legal is right there, easy. But when they run and you're trying to be 4-9, 5 flat for bottom hole, it's an official rodeo, so the $400 still counts. So I just need to get better. I think we're on those ones. You're not going to win the rodeo, but it's money that's going to go down on the list.
Yeah, definitely. Everything counts, whether you're 8th place or 1st place.
I felt like we had nickel and dime a lot because we had all these rodeos, so we were counting a lot of small stuff. I'm excited to get to rope at those for some higher money and then do better at the ones in the summer that do pay more. I feel like we did really good when it was, 2,000 is something for first, not 4,000 for first. You know, we got a couple of big checks like that, but not as many as I feel we should have.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, you know, horsepower. I know we've talked about your horsepower a little bit. Talk about your horses that you rode all year.
So I rode my bay almost all year, and then I rode just my buckskin at some of the setups. They're both great. I'm going to ride Quinn's dun mare this winter, give my bay the winter off. Mm-hmm. She's crazy nice. She's probably nicer than my bay horse, if I'm being honest. Mm-hmm. So that'll be nice, and I'll take her in my buckskin because they're both a little tougher, a little bigger build, and they can take a little more. I just got my bay injected all over, and after our circuit finals in November, he's going to get his shoes pulled and get 4 months off and be ready for next summer.
Gotcha. Yeah, good little downtime right now.
Yeah, you got to take care of these horses. They do a harder job than we do.
Yeah, that is no lie. So, I guess I want to know, what was your favorite part about being on the road this year?
Honestly, I can't say too much about being on the road. I mean, obviously driving sucks and all that, but I got to visit a lot of places I've never been to. Mm-hmm. I'm sure for guys that have been rodeoing for 15 years, it gets old, but, you know, I went to Burwell, Nebraska. I never even been to Nebraska before.
Yeah.
We went to Bremerton, Washington, right by the ocean. You know, I've never been over there before. Like, driving there and getting there sucks, but it's kind of cool, like, maybe take a second, look at the surroundings, and realize, like, man, like, you know, a lot of people wish they could travel this much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At least see the amount of places guys at rodeo see.
Yeah, no, it's a whole different ball game for you guys, and that's just for, you know, the breakaway ropers, because I get to rodeo a little bit, but I don't get to go as much as these girls got to go all summer, and I look at all their Snapchats and stuff, and I'm like, I am so jealous of everyone right now. Like, you guys get to do cool stuff, but also, I want to talk about too, you know, what are your you know, your family's thoughts? You guys have been through a lot, and for you to be able to be so successful this year, especially with earlier this year, the trials your family went through yet again, kind of tell me about that.
Oh, it's fun. My dad, he drove for us once when we needed 2 rigs, and, you know, they watch every rodeo that's on the Cowboy Channel. They followed it like crazy. I mean, my dad and my mom are my biggest supporter. Mm-hmm. So, hey, Bull. You know, so it's just fun. Like, we grew up rodeo, and they've been supporting me my whole life, but it's different at this level, and they were there every step of the way like I was 8th grade, junior rodeoing again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It makes it easier when you got that much support. Yeah.
Definitely. Do you think you rodeoing was a good distraction for your family? Like,
I think so. Something to follow. Mm-hmm. I think so. I mean, my dad loves sport teamwork probably more than I
do. That's cool.
So he loves it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
he likes every aspect. I like heel and steers, and that's about it. I don't just love watching all the time. I don't love I have to flag sometimes, pop ladder sometimes at rope ends, and other than actually heel and steers, I don't even like the head, if I'm being honest. Quinn, he likes to heel every now and then. He gets mad because I won't ever touch a head rope.
Really?
So, yeah. I grew up heading. I hid in high school rodeo and stuff, and I don't know.
Just over it.
My dad, he loves every aspect of it. So he likes to have a son out here doing it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited for you and your entire family. This was such a whirlwind year for you guys. So that's just so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, what are obviously the future goal, make the NFR. What kind of, after this year, what do you kind of have set for yourself as far as goals?
I mean, aiming high, but I think everyone always has the goal of a gold buckle, you know? Mm-hmm. And I train horses here for Quinn. I ride his. I have some of my own, take some outside horses. So I wouldn't mind growing that side of my business.
Yeah.
For when I am home. And I think just rodeoing kind of goes hand in hand with that and making it easier,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's smart. Have a little side business so you're not going down the road. Hopefully you are winning, but in case you're not and then don't have money coming in.
Like Quinn, they have, I don't know, 6 studs, 30-something brood mares. He raises all his own that he trains.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun because, like I said, I love healing, and it's fun. Like when you're home, you make money healing,
Yeah.
You make good money selling horses, especially when the economy is like it is right now and how big people are growing.
Yeah.
It's nice. You don't have to do anything but heal to make money when you can train horses while you're home.
Yeah. No, exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm assuming you're going to be going with Quinn to the finals this year?
Hey, Cal. Hey, Ball. Hey, Ball. So we're going down to Arizona the week before.
Uh-huh.
And we'll probably take separate rigs just because I won't be in Vegas all 10 days.
Gotcha.
I'm not about that,
Yep.
I lived in Vegas growing up. I know Vegas sucks as a town besides the NFR.
Yep.
But I'm entered the finale with Red Anderson.
Okay.
I'll be down there for the finale. And Arizona the week before, roping with Quinn. And I'll help Quinn get ready for the NFR. He's roping with Joseph. I don't know what their practice plan is, but I'm sure, in November, we'll set up the arena and whatever he wants to do. And I wouldn't mind getting those spins because hopefully one day I'll be there. So
yeah, definitely. No, that's cool that you get to kind of help prepare for it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Last, I love asking the rookies, what is advice, for the 2020 rookie contenders coming in? What is advice that you can give them that you've learned from this year?
Don't get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I think you get intimidated being around some of those big name guys, Jay Jr., Jake Long, and when it comes down to it, they're all really nice, really easygoing.
Mm-hmm.
You ask a question, I've never had someone not answer. You ask them to push a steer, ask them to get the head. Like, I think team ropers are like steer wrestlers. Like, we all cheer for each other, even though we're competing. So I don't get nervous around 15 guys. They're all really cool and really nice, and they want to see. I mean, the more we won, I couldn't believe how many more guys would walk up to me and say, good run, nice shot.
Yeah.
People are pulling for you even if you don't know it.
Yeah, no, that's
Just
super.
Don't get nervous and catch your cows.
Yeah, definitely catch your cows, catch 2 feet.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
A huge part, for sure.
Oh, man. Well, awesome, Caleb. I so appreciate it, and I'm excited that you had such a phenomenal year this year. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, John. I so appreciate those guys letting me pick their brains and talk about their successful year. And I hope you guys got a lot out of this episode. If you're liking what you're hearing, go ahead and leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts at. We love to hear what you guys are liking or not liking. And if you ever see myself or Chelsea anywhere, pull us aside. I promise we're pretty easy to get along with and talk to, and you can tell us what you're liking about the short score in person. We do love to hear what you guys have to say. So thank you, and congratulations to John and Caleb.